Hello, hola, welcome, bienvenidos to another trip down a retro sticker memory lane where we stick in some classic stickers from a retro Panini album. In this case it's Mexico 1986. All the time while I try and whittle away 5 minutes talking to get us through to the end of this video. And this week we are going to have a look at Spain. We're going to take a look at the squad from Mexico 1986, why it took them so long after their success in the Euros in 1964 to replicate that success finally again in Euro 2008, and how with two further Euros in 2012 and 2024, and of course two World Cups in 2010 and 2026, pretty much dominated world football ever since. So I think the first thing that just really smacks you in the face as you start to go through this 86 squad is actually just how unrecognisable and unmemorable a lot of this squad are. Zubizarreta and Butragueño. Apologies, Hispano Hablantes, for the poor pronunciation. But they were two of the more recognisable faces. And in all honesty, unless you're a Spanish native of a certain age, then the rest of them aren't exactly household names. I mean, you think about some of the more recent Spanish players and their names just roll off the tongue, don't they? Xavi, Casillas, Ramos, Villa, Busquets, Puyol. I mean, the list is just endless, really. But you think back to the 70s, 80s, even the 90s, it's really hard to kind of recall those big names. Maybe the same way that you would do with, say, an Argentina or a Brazil or a West Germany. They did, of course, have one big star of the show, and that was Emilio Butragueño. Apologies once again, Hispano Hablantes, for the poor pronunciation. That is a very difficult one for an English native speaker to pronounce. But he was the top scorer for the Spanish team in that tournament, and in fact came very, very close to winning the Golden Boot. He was just one behind Gary Lineker at that time. Equal with Careca from Brazil on 5 goals. Scored a remarkable 4 goals in the second round demolition of Denmark. 5-1 in the end. And Butragueño scored 4 of those. His other goal coming in a group stage game against Northern Ireland, I believe. As for the tournament itself, well, turned out to be just as disappointing as all the other ones had been since 1964. 4 years earlier, they'd hosted the tournament and expectations were high. Went out in the second group stage. 4 years on from that in Mexico, things didn't really improve. After a narrow 1-0 loss to Brazil in their opening game, they came through the group stages with wins over Northern Ireland and then Algeria, thrashed Denmark in the round of 16, and were then finally knocked out by Belgium on penalty kicks in the quarter-final. First of 4 shootout losses that La Roja have suffered in World Cups, which is a record even worse than England's. Back home, the team were well received, but it took them another 22 years, remarkably, to get their hands back on silverware again, the 2008 European Championship, which kick-started off an incredible run of success, which has since culminated in both the men's and the women's teams simultaneously holding the World Cup. First time that has ever happened. So how did that happen? How have Spain gone from perennial disappointment to perennial winners? I guess like any winning recipe, there's no single ingredient, is there? It's been a mixture of several things: development of youth academies and tactical shift towards more technical passing skills. I think also just winning breeds winning, doesn't it? Anyway, I'm going to stop whittering. I'm going to leave these final few minutes to some stickers and some flamenco. But let me know what you think in the comments below, and please give a thumbs up, subscribe if this is of interest to you. And I'm going to be back next week. I am going to be opening some more packets of Mexico 1986 stickers as I continue a hunt for the elusive Maradona, or maybe another star from Mexico 86. Hope you've enjoyed this. See you all next time. Bye for now.